Hello again, boys and girls. Welcome, 7th grade. I hope you were able to get outdoors and gather up some sticks because I'm going to give you a little information here as to what to do with those sticks. This is kind of like part 2, and what I have here under the camera is my little sketch from the other day, the gestural sketch. I don't recall how many minutes it took me to complete the sketch. I want to say 10 or 11 minutes or something like that. Ring a bell? Hopefully. Okay, so here's what I'm going to unveil. Let me move my sketch aside. This reminds me of, what's the guy that they found in the mountains? Ötzi was a well-preserved, gosh, I'm trying to think what era he came from. I do not know. I think he was kind of prehistoric, to be honest with you. Over 2,000 years old, if not older. And he was a guy who got buried alive in the snow, I think, and the snow kind of preserved him. So my skeleton here kind of reminds me of Ötzi a little bit. I don't also recall where in the world they found him. I don't know if it was like the Swiss Alps or somewhere closer to the Far East. I really don't know. You guys would have to research that. Okay, so here's what I tried to mimic. Do you see the bend of this leg here? I tried to imitate that with my sticks. My sticks that I've been using are very brittle, which is good. They're very easily breakable and snappable. Okay, which means they've probably been laying in my yard for a little while. I'm blessed in that I have kind of a wooded area in and around my home, and I'm able to, get out there in nature pretty much any time I want. So anyhow, here's what I've done. I have hot glued these together. I have that advantage, like I mentioned earlier. You may not have that advantage. You probably won't have that advantage. So here's my suggestion. If you're going this route, okay, if you're doing the three-dimensional version, which I hope you are, because it's a lot of fun. Do you have some type of heavy-duty tape? This is kind of like a form of duct tape, which is easily tearable and easily used. And you can probably, look here, a little piece came loose there, so let me patch that. If you have some kind of tape at your disposal, masking tape, clear packing tape, duct tape, electrical tape, that's the black stuff or the colored stuff, that would be very, very cool for you to use. I'm going to break up this little piece there. So what we're preparing here is known as an armature. It's the inner skeleton, if you will, of a sculpture, of a three-dimensional piece of artwork. For example, one of the most famous three-dimensional sculptures in the world is a metallic sculpture known as the Statue of Liberty. So beneath the Statue of Liberty is an armature, and the armature of the Statue of Liberty would be made up of and comprised of many steel beams and girders. Okay, and in fact, I think the story goes that they brought her over in pieces and kind of like riveted her together and finalized the details here in America. Okay, so back to our wooden stick armature. As you can see, I've only got the legs and the torso so far. But I can tell you, when I stabilize this thing, it will be freestanding. For example, I'll be able to attach it to some kind of a base, which will allow it to stand. So here's my deal for you moving forward. Okay, looks like my creation's wearing a knee pad or a knee brace. Okay, so here's my deal moving forward. I'm going to have you, for the rest of today and tomorrow, build your wooden twig stick armature and get that ready for paper mache early next week. Okay, I'm not going to rush you along and have you whip up all the paper mache and get all that on there in 1.5 days. That just wouldn't be right. That wouldn't be fair. You've got other schoolwork to do. You've got lives to lead. And I want this to be fun. I never want artwork to be stressful. So here's the deal. Okay? I'll definitely have an update for you tomorrow morning on my armature. Okay? I'll show you a more completed version of my armature. Okay? Right now, like I said, I just got the torso and the legs. And I'm following my sketch from the other day. So what I'd like you kiddos to do is work on your armature today and tomorrow. And I'll mention this tomorrow again, but by 3 o'clock tomorrow, if you could post a picture of your sticks, your armature. It truly will be a stick figure, won't it? Okay? That'd be great. I would love to see that. That'll be your grade for the week. Now, those of you who don't think you can do the 3-dimensional version of the 2-dimensional sketch that we created, that's fine too. What you're going to do by 3 o'clock tomorrow is you're going to post me some kind of a really nicely done sketch of a wooden mannequin in motion. So I think when I posted the assignment to Google Classroom, I labeled it as 3-dimensional wooden figure or 2-dimensional drawing, something to that effect. Okay, so hopefully that guides you on your way towards 3 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, and I hope you're having fun. I'm really having fun. I will add way more to this thing, this armature, by tomorrow, and I'll have a little video to start the day for you tomorrow with some reminders for the end of the week. Okay, so if I had mentioned a paper mache recipe, we're going to push that back a little further until early next week. Okay, and so you know, we'll continue this project on into next week, and I hope you make a real nice version that you can have and put up on the shelf and be proud of. Okay. Incidentally, if we were in school doing this activity, we wouldn't be using these twigs. We'd be using wire that is easily bendable and manipulated, and we would hot glue that to a wooden base, and then we would put the it wouldn't quite be a paper mache type of a deal. It would be more of like a wheat paste, which is very, very similar to the recipe that I'm going to teach you early next week. Okay? So people, enjoy what you're doing today. Hopefully you get your sticks. It was sprinkling a little bit earlier. I hope that's all passed by now. I'm not sure, what the rest of the day will hold weather-wise, but if you didn't get your sticks yet, get on out in the yard and get some, and we will talk really, really soon. Happy sculpting, happy drawing, be good kiddos as you always are, and put a smile on somebody else's face today. Do some good deeds. All right, take care. Bye-bye.